Welcome back, everyone, to Frankies Family Homestead, and on today's episode with the farm stand, we're going to be working on the frame rails, getting those bent back, welded up, straightened, and centered, so that for part 5 and 6, when we start moving on to the axles and reinforcing with strength, that everything is squared up. Fortunately, at this part, where I decided to put a temporary horizontal brace in to try and center out the frame rails, I didn't take into account that I should start at the very end first and then move towards the front. It's one of those measure twice, cut once situations that bit me in the butt. So I'm getting all this welded up only to realize afterwards that I should have started in the back first and then moved to the section. As you can see, I'm starting to cut these off. I'm not exactly happy. And the frame rails themselves, because they're so bent, they weren't cooperating with me, and you see a rare moment where I kind of lose my cool for a hot second just because it wasn't working out, and I was frustrated that I wasted some time, precious time, in the garage, which if I would have caught it first, we wouldn't have wasted 20 minutes and we'd have been on to something else. All right, so the backside has been welded in place. It's now a solid piece temporarily, and we'll put the other beam that was removed back on just to hold everything together and keep everything squared as I move this frame around. Next step is to run a string line from the front end to the back end. This will allow, keeping everything true, square, and centered as I continue to add more support to this trailer. Now that the string line is in place, I'll be moving on to one of the 2 frame rails and begin welding those in place to the round tubing that is from the original part of the frame. I'm going to be applying a series of clamps to bend everything in place. These rails had some bends to it, and I really wanted to get them as square as possible so that when tacking these in, we have good contact between both pieces of metal. I'm not going to run a full bead across the rail to the round tubing. I'm just going to be adding tacks every 2 to 3 inches. That way, if I make a mistake or if I need to change something, it's very easy to cut away rather than having to cut, a 6-inch bead, which honestly isn't even necessary. Just a couple beads will do for holding this together. Took advantage of a rare 50-degree day in December here in Ohio. This axle had mud and rust on it from sitting for so long. I thought, the wind is going to be in our favor. Let's start wire brushing this down. Looks a lot better, and I didn't have to worry about dust and dirt getting into the garage. It was blowing perfect away from everything, and now the axle looks a lot better. All right, so we're back at it after cleaning up the axle. We're going to be tacking in the second rail to the frame. We appreciate it if you made it this far through the video. I'd love to hear from you. What projects are you working on over the winter? Doesn't necessarily have to be a homestead related project. Maybe it's a project for your wife, for your kids, or maybe your own hobby that you like to do. Let us know in the comments below. For our next video, we're going to be adding the horizontal bars to the frame rails and starting to work on the axle and getting that attached to the frame rails as well. As always, if you can, make sure to hit that like and subscribe.